Welcome back to the Nitpicking Nerds. We're gonna go today.
We're gonna go today.
We're gonna go right to today.
We're
All
gonna
right,
go-
let's restart.
Welcome to the Nitpicking Nerds. We're gonna go today.
We're gonna go on an adventure today, where we're going to go over magic stuff. Indescript, nondescript.
An
magic
adventure.
stuff.
We're gonna go on an adventure.
We're gonna go on an adventure. Take us down this little road, Joe.
Oh, we want to start with Nexus of Fate
Yeah.
in
All
standard.
the just magic news.
First thing,
We're just gonna get it out in the open.
so Nexus of Fate
Joe doesn't want to do
is a
any segues whatsoever. Nexus
It's-
of Fate.
Yeah, that is a
This is
segue.
the Nexus of Fate show.
we don't need
Welcome
segues.
aboard. We don't want. They need to get situated
Right.
or anything. They're just boom. Nexus of Fate.
All right, so Nexus of Fate.
It's a buy a box promo for M19, and you can't get it in the box. You can only get it when you buy a box.
Right, you get it on the box.
Right. Every box contains exactly.
on top of
every
it.
box contains exactly one.
Right,
If you buy, but only if you buy the whole box.
The box. Yeah.
right, and only until they run out.
Yeah. And
Right.
then some stores were
There's
just
been a-
selling them online.
There's been a lot of trouble with that. I mean, there's taking instead of
I mean, why wouldn't you?
we're out of promos, we'll just sell them online for $30.
Yeah, or 40. Sure.
Or like, didn't it go up to like 60
For like
or
2
something?
seconds.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, we're only a lot of cards like that. It's like 30. That's what
Problem
the
with it
cards
is
were.
Yeah.
the shuffle in. That's miserable.
right.
That is a miserable effect on.
No, that deck is a miserable deck.
Well, it's because of the shuffles in.
Do you want to lose? Do you want to lose to a deck that plays 8 Fogs main board?
Right.
You're about
I mean, problem is, your deck becomes 8 cards. Half of them are Nexus of Fate.
Right.
How does this game end?
that you can't. You actually get to a point toward the end of the game where
You can't whiff.
you cannot miss with your switch versus Canta flipped. You
Yeah.
just can't miss.
And how is that? That's nothing. That's
Right.
not magic.
I mean, it's
So
now.
a lot of people were in a stink about it. I mean, obviously we don't like it.
I'm kind of like, it reminds me of in the 90s, the comics industry did something similar. Like, not, I mean, like, they would always like print like these things where you had to buy like all of the, like they'd have like different covers and stuff like that. And if you bought all 4 different covers, then you got this one with a holographic cover.
Ooh.
And then like they would do that more and more and more because like originally it was like, the death of Superman or something had an alternate cover and it's like a big event, but like they started doing it more and more, and then every single week you had to buy like 30 comics if you wanted to keep up. You know what I mean? So like I think that Magic is kind of doing that, where I think like less people are probably playing Magic because like it's spiked and then now it's going back down, but they want to keep the same numbers of sales.
Mhm.
So then you have to buy more of their product. So then they're going to push you into buying things like a whole box.
Right, where it's like, I don't want any M19.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's
this
like you
Nexus
want
of Fate
like,
looks cool. I guess I need a
right. Or
box.
just like I have to be competitive. So then even if you're not buying the box, someone's buying the boxes
Mhm.
to get the cards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're gone somehow.
Right. Like
You're
someone's
paying
buying.
$160 for 4 standard cards.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean,
What?
and you have like more expensive standard cards at the time. Like Jeskai Black was like $1,200 or whatever. But like,
Karn peaked at 60 something.
right,
If it was 40 forever, it's nonsense.
right. But I mean, just like the
Who
precedent
wants to
of
get into
a
that
good,
format?
huh?
Who wants to get into standard? It's so expensive. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
It just looked like it was about to be cool, and then I'm hearing that Turbo Fog is doing great, and so is Mono Blue Storm.
Right.
Okay,
Format sounds awful.
whatever. I'll stick to modern.
Right.
Speaking
Speaking of modern,
yeah. Tell us about this survey, Joe. Tell us about this breaking news survey.
I don't think it's breaking news. I'm pretty sure that's already been discussed. They sent,
modern watch.
Wizards just sent out a survey, and one of the questions in the survey mentioned: would players be interested in a modern only set that wouldn't be part of standard? And I think it's super
Meaning
cool.
modern exclusive stuff like
Well,
Scavenging
technically it
Ooze
wouldn't
or
be
True Name
modern.
Nemesis.
Modern only because it'd also be in Legacy.
It gives them a chance. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just not part of standard.
Non-standard
Right.
new
It's
cards.
interesting because it lets them put. They can never put. They don't want to put Counterspell into standard.
Right.
But
you could put like
they could
Baleful
potentially
Strix
But
into
it's confusing
modern.
because isn't that why they brought back corsets?
Right.
They could put Alpine Moon into booster packs and ruin everybody's booster pack opening experience.
Well, fucking Alpine.
So now we can just get rid of Alpine Moon in Core 19. Move all of the Alpine Moons to.
Yeah, so you don't need to open a dampening sphere as one of your uncommons and be like, oh.
You can actually, no one's ever opened a copy of Dampening Sphere because it's not really hard.
Dampening
Sphere, though, has been opened a lot.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when it's one of your uncommons. You're like,
Oof.
oh, I'm
Could've been-
certainly not drafting this.
Could have been
Right.
premium.
Well, I mean, it's better
At
than
least it
like
was uncommon.
Yeah, could have been. This could be murder,
right,
Could've been a rare,
but it's
though.
damping sphere.
At least it wasn't a rare.
right.
It could've
Like
easily
a
made
goblin.
You could have easily made it a rare.
Whatchamacallit, the contraptions.
Goblin, whatchamacallit?
And Future Sight.
Steam
Steam
Flogger Boss.
Steam Flogger Boss.
Yep. Dud.
I mean, like, that's a
whole
rare.
set was a dud.
Right. Well,
Like, it was
no.
cool, but like,
Oh yeah. I mean,
in terms
it's
of weirdness,
weirdness.
like, what is your deck?
the most
I've always
recent-
wanted to draft it.
The
Though.
most recent
real
Steam
fun.
Flogger
It
Boss
sounds
was
hilarious.
printed
Hmm?
at land.
Yeah.
They had it in the land slot. So
Sometimes they make good choices.
I really like that when they announced contraptions in the Unhinged,
Just
or like it went up to like $100
At
foil.
least, yeah.
It was like so
It
ridiculous.
might have been more.
I mean, it probably.
310 or something.
It was like, insane. I mean, whatever it was. And then like, well, what if they're insane? What if they're amazing? And it's like, well, they're not though.
What if they're only playable and unstable? So
Right.
It doesn't
what
matter.
if unsets are terrible?
What?
I don't mean it like
What does
that.
that even
I
mean?
meant
He's saying
Just
that
call
they're-
everything terrible. Calling you out.
what if unsets aren't like? I meant like
Like it's not
they're
relevant.
It's not relevant. Is more. What I
Oh
meant.
yeah, sure.
It's
What
not
if
relevant to
like
actual magic.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like a.
It's just
side,
for fun.
Side
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I did have fun drafting it.
Yeah, it's kind of like I think I heard it was you drafted exactly once
Yep.
because
Yeah.
the
I
next
mean,
time
it's-
isn't nearly as fun because it wasn't balanced.
Oh,
Right.
it's not cool. How about like Beeble?
How about it?
I mean, the unblockable 1/1.
The unblockable 1/1. If they have glasses, that card is unbeatable.
No, I hated the stupid 2/2.
There's something else
The
about it
2/2,
too.
it's ground pounder. 2/2, you pay 4, roll a dice, it gets plus X plus
Yeah,
X.
I
Like,
know.
that card was. I never even came close to beating that card ever.
Right.
It's like I can't block it because it's going to get at least +3.
Right.
Contraptions were actually busted if you knew how to build with them.
Right.
Yeah, because you
even
can
if you
have-
don't, you
your
just put a
contraption
bunch of
can have
them in there.
2 contraptions.
Right.
Like, oh, I opened a mythic. I'm going to get it every time.
Right.
And it's like, well, that's weird. You kind of had to play with the spirit of it. Anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'd be
if-
down to see like a modern Planeswalker where there's like no holds barred, like let's
Oh.
make a new Liliana of the Veil type thing.
Right.
It'd be cool, like a red
Yeah, because
thing.
I mean, like they need like a really good red and white, like separate. You know, like a really good white planeswalker, a really good red planeswalker.
Mhm.
There's really not any that
they
are
need
good
more.
in modern.
They really need more playable planeswalkers in modern. It's a lot
it's
of
like 5.
it becomes kind of annoying
Right.
a lot of times. There isn't too many super playable ones. Like you have the 2 lilies, and then after that, it is such a
Yeah.
such a fall off.
I mean, it's like
close.
Lilies and then Karn,
and then,
and then-
Teferi, Ugin,
Teferi, Jace. It's like a somewhat, but
yeah,
like
sorta.
like every so often you see like Elspeth and like a sideboard of stuff.
This is
But
like a
like
big dumb thing.
right,
There's
Yeah.
not much.
no,
Yeah, it's just like there's not. I wish there was more 3-mana planeswalkers that are cool.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't do too much of that with standard.
no,
Yeah, exactly. A 3-mana planeswalker. Like how insane was Lily of the Veil in standard?
I mean, Johnny Caller of the Pride was really good in standard.
That could
Yeah.
sweet. I love a giant call of the pride.
Okay.
Andrew
That
Andrew
card's
played that
really
in Legacy
Card's
all the
really
time, like
What?
in his zoo deck.
What?
Yeah,
Brave man.
yeah, I know. He's like, I think it's like better than he's like one of the best planeswalkers,
What's
and then someone's like, but I don't know, maybe it's not. He's like, oh, it's terrible. I'm done with it.
It's definitely not one of the best planeswalkers,
Wow,
but it
you're
is.
playing
I
Magic.
love that card.
It is sweet. I like it, Johnny, in general.
I,
I mean,
I
most
would
of
like,
his cards are cool.
I like
They're
that.
neat.
I
mean,
really,
they're not,
I
like, good,
really
but-
like his new one. It's really cool. Plus, put 2 count. Yeah.
From
From-
wait,
Oh,
from
yeah,
M19.
Yes. Plus, put
and we didn't even go over modern. Let's segue away.
Well, M19 is next though.
obviously in the middle of the 2 modern things.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
best.
we're not
M19
even done with
It
the.
goes M19 card Modern Survey.
Oh,
M19
right.
He
set,
pluses
modern
to put 1
form.
counter on a creature -2, bring back a creature with converted mana cost 2 or less, and his ultimate is
Every end step you get 3 cats.
3 lifelike
Oh, yeah.
cats.
Yeah.
I played a game on Magic Arena with that card, where my opponent was playing tokens, I was playing cats, so we just ended up with just a million creatures on the board.
Right.
And I ultimated Johnny twice, and it still took me forever to win because he had like all of his anointed possessions
Right.
out. So if you would flashback that guy that gains life, he'd
Right.
get like 32 of them. It was like, oh my god, how do I win? I eventually ended up winning, but
What did you win with?
what'd you say?
What did you
I mean,
win
he
with?
just
The
got
cats.
more cats.
I
I was getting
Yeah.
6 cats every single turn,
Yeah,
and my Johnny's Pride Mage were
nonsense.
nonsense. Yeah, they were like 100 hundreds.
indestructible, basically.
I mean, in a creature match, yeah.
Right, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
And
When
death touch even for
when it gets to
players.
the point, when it gets to the point where you have 2020s coming in,
Right,
they lose 2 guys, and you get 6.
right.
It's got
I
to
mean, eventually.
eventually.
So, like, what cards would you want to be in the modern only set?
Like it's
I
like
want like a
counter
3-mana
spell.
red planeswalker
Yeah.
counterspell.
Yes.
I think counterspell should be in modern.
I
Could
think
be. I don't think it's crazy.
Like, I mean, it's
Logic
I
not
think
basically
that
is counterspell.
if a card is very good, but it's not played in Legacy because it's not quite good enough, then it should be in modern. Like it's like
you should give it
counterspell is like occasionally played in Legacy,
Yeah.
like as a 1 or a 2 of maybe,
I mean,
but like
okay, Logic
it's
not
put
for
in the-
all
it's put in the
intents and
control
purposes. Logic not basically is counterspell.
It's
yeah, but it's basically, but it's not.
No, it's worse. But I'm saying like
there's a
it's
lot of
2-mana counter your thing is what I'm
Right,
saying.
it's 2-mana counter your thing later in the game.
Right.
But not immediately.
I mean, no, you can Logic not for 1. You fetch.
You can, but like
Usually that's what happens.
right. But I'm just saying it's not always
It's
like.
comparable.
Right.
It's the most closest one, I think.
I mean, I think in a game like if you have Fatal Push, then you should also have counterspell. I
That's
mean,
fair.
you know,
If
if you have like
killing any creature.
right, yeah, it's like you have like perfect removal. You should also have like a perfect
There's
counterspell.
so many counters that you get your spell counter for 2 mana all the time in modern.
Right,
So what's the difference?
right.
I mean,
I mean, it is.
I
like,
think you
point,
just need
it's just
to. I
better.
think you just need to like control. Like has been suffering for so long about it because every time control is decent, they like to like you they got rid of all the cantrips that were good in control.
right.
We never had any of those.
I
Like,
think
Or
they
just
still need to
speed
get
up
rid
the
of. I think they
formats
still
and
need to get rid of some cantrips. There's still a few too many.
Right. I mean, I think
Not
that
in blue.
modern just like gets faster and faster, so then control is worse
Mhm.
in general.
It's just so.
they
fast.
should have things like counterspell.
What is like the most insane board wipe? What if they had like a 3-mana board wipe? What would that be? Like, what would it do?
Probably destroy all creatures. And
Destroy all
then
creatures
How about
like
your
a-
lands don't untap?
No, I mean like let's say like destroy all creatures, and then you lose life for each creature
Each
destroyed this
one?
way. But how much would you have to lose?
For it
Like
to be
3
bad?
for it to like be like not to for it to be fine.
You probably only lose like
If I'm losing 5. It's fine.
one per
Then
creature.
why are you wrathing?
1 per creature.
Oh yeah. I'm
Otherwise,
saying one,
otherwise,
like,
it's,
Right.
othersaying like unplayable probably if you go.
That's what I'm saying. Like how like what?
2 per creature.
Let's say
I
it was
can't
like-
cast that card.
Let's say it was 2 and a white,
I mean, it's just like destroy all creatures. You lose 5 life.
or yeah, or
It could just be like a straight up.
you lose life equal to the number of creatures or whatever.
You might know what they would print. That sounds. They probably print something like 1 and 2 white. Your opponent gains life though, and then it'd be 2 good
Yeah, I know.
because you wouldn't care.
Right.
It would
Yeah.
actually not really be a
Opponent gains
downside.
20,000
Right, yeah,
life.
exactly.
Like, okay.
Right. What about an enchantment that you just gain a life at every upkeep?
Seems fine.
Yeah, that's like that'd be like really good against burn. Like it'd just be like
Better
there's a bunch
sun,
of like
better sun drop.
1 and a white, like really good enchantment against certain like
No, we
decks.
gotta have 1 for each.
Right, yeah, exactly. So it's like
For
against
each
burn, you
guild, we
play
need a
that.
1 and a
Right,
white.
yeah, exactly.
What does it do?
Like at the beginning of each upkeep, you gain 1 life.
Doing it each
a new
upkeep.
card. Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Right, just for 1 and a white. And then you could push it more of like if a red non-creature source would deal damage, does 1 less damage.
You win the game instead.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, whatever. But like I think that even
So
just gaining
white
a life-
sideboard should just be filled with 1 of white cards.
Enchantment.
right,
That-
or yeah,
that
creatures that are
completely
2
demolish-
ones that
Why
have
not
a-
just gain 3 on every upkeep? So it just completely crushes burn.
Well, I mean, like-
and when it enters.
Well,
Right,
And
yeah,
when
exactly.
you cast it.
right,
when you
And it's split second.
and when it enters the battlefield.
It needs split second, so you can't get
and
spellcraft.
it
'Cause
can't
if
be
you're at
prevented
3
with Skullcraft.
Because if you're,
Right,
specifically, it
if
sounds
you're
like
at 3, damage being prevented can't be prevented. Prevent all prevent damage.
Damage that would be prevented.
this
Or
instead not
This effect is prevented. Your opponents are prevented from preventing damage.
But like, no, you want
Or all those.
right. It's just like a really long.
It's like, wait, does that say life
It's like
on
the
that?
like
It also-
super old cards where the font is like a
Yeah,
2.
like change of Mephistopheles.
Yeah.
Like, what's
Another
going
thing
on?
is they can use mechanics that obviously you would never want to put in standard again.
right,
Like,
Yeah,
like,
like-
I'm not like
aviary mechanic.
or even like a really.
Yes, exactly like aviator mechanics.
I mean, like a really like you could have things like fading or something,
Mhm.
and like but actually make them like cool.
Evoke, echo.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like,
yes,
like
you're not going to
old-
put evoke back in
Like,
standard
they, did
because
that
evoke
with,
is
they did it with Commander.
Right.
Right. Like they brought back 1 retrace card, 1 evoke,
Yeah.
1 like
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
they did 1 miracle.
maybe they will.
Or even
Uh,
you could like print like a storm card that like doesn't win you the game.
It's
You know what I mean,
probably
like it can't do damage. Right.
Yeah, like it can't.
We might be on the
Destroy their
track
whole
to having
board.
evoke again.
Evoke's cool.
I mean,
I love Evoke.
Would you play a card that was, or like, do you think it'd be playable if it was a blue and you scry 1 and it has storm?
That'd be sweet.
That'd be really cool.
And I know people have wanted like an X spell that scries X. That's pretty
Right.
close.
Right. I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
I like it. I
Um,
don't get it. I want what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I was
have
probably
no
just
idea.
interrupting you. What were you gonna say?
So they did a survey of where people want to return to in Magic, and Lorwyn won.
Oh
Really?
yeah, I saw that. It was like
Didn't see that?
Kamigawa was like almost. I think it was like Lorwyn or Kamigawa.
Oof.
I mean, I think that Kamigawa will be really cool to return to.
Yeah.
But like actually have a good cards.
Mhm.
But I mean, like
It'd be like Dominaria.
I mean, yeah,
Like with like a bunch of legends, but it doesn't
Right.
ruin the whole everything.
right.
It ruins,
And
And there's not like
peasant
samurai
cubes.
sword garbage where it's like a 10 mana equipment. It does nothing.
right, or like all the guys are like
There's so many.
a
bad
3/3 for 6, and it has Bushido 3.
Yeah.
So then if you block or it becomes blocked, then it becomes a 6/6 for 6.
Yeah.
It's like it's stupid. Like
I
why
have
isn't
to
it?
work to get
Right,
what
yeah.
I'm paying here.
Like it should be like
It's
a 5/5 for 6 and it has Bushido 2.
yeah,
Like
or
it would,
something.
it's like it would make sense that it if you meet the
Actually,
condition,
it's
then it's
worth
better
it.
than it is.
Reward me for playing this.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Bad card.
Right. I mean.
And it would obviously be legendary.
Right. Yeah.
and it'd be a
Exactly.
combo.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of cool planes that they just haven't gone
I
back
want to
to.
go to new ones.
But I
don't
brought
want,
it up because of
want
Evoke.
American
Lorwyn has
or like
Evoke.
worldly culture
Does it?
plane.
Oh yeah, Warren does.
I don't want to go to a culture plane. I want to go to something that's like far out there.
Right.
Yes, I'm sick of.
Yeah. Like, it's the
this whole-
Vikings, but magic.
Right. It's like it's Mesoamerica, but dinosaurs. Like, okay,
Right.
that's really lame. I did not get into Rivals or Ixalan at all. It was
No.
so boring to me.
Yeah. Like theme wise.
I
Yeah.
was just like, this is so bland.
Or like if they do go into a culture, like actually have the culture. Like if you didn't know anything about the game,
Mhm.
you could like look at the card and be like, oh, this is obviously Egyptian. You know what I mean, like what mechanics in Amonkhet like are like this is Egyptian, other than like
Basically-
brick counters
Basically,
And
a
bomb.
bomb.
and bomb. Yeah, and it's like
there
but
was
like why
exerting,
exert?
like what?
Yeah, it's like did the Egyptians exert themselves more?
Than
Like,
the normal people? Like, I
right,
can
and it's
exert
like they
myself.
had like they're like slave or whatever, but it's like most of them didn't like exert themselves to put brick counters on things. They
Yeah,
exerted
no.
themselves to attack more.
Yeah, it was like gets +1/+2. It's like,
Right. Like if brick counters was more and like they exert like put more brick counters, then like that'd make it more like Egyptian. But like
yeah, there'd
Brick
be more
counters are
flavor.
stupid.
right, I mean there's no good cards with that on there.
No, there's like
Brick
4
counters.
ever. Pretty lame.
Right. But I'm just
There
saying.
was like a -1/-1 counter theme that was just completely random.
Right, yeah.
It was like poison or something, but it was on every other card in green or black just because you had to have a
Right.
deck. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean I don't know. I don't know what set I would like or theme I would want, but
The gods weren't like the gods weren't like Egyptian gods
right.
because they were just there.
Right.
They were real.
They looked like Egyptian gods more or less. But like
yeah, but they were
didn't like
real and interacted, and you got tangible
Right.
benefits.
right, but like and they also like didn't do the things that like Egyptian gods would do.
Mhm.
And also like story wise, it really annoyed me with like the Grixis gods that came back were just insane.
Yeah,
Like
and
in
then,
the
like-
story.
Nicol
Like-
Bolas kind of ruined it. It's like no more Egyptian. It's all about Nicol Bolas.
Right. Well and
We
also
don't get to
like
explore the culture
like
anymore.
you have the god of strength,
Mhm.
and then the scorpion god comes in and he is
Kills-
way stronger than
Immediately
the god of
kills the
strength.
god of strength. Like,
Yeah, he's like, and it's like, it's not like, oh, well, he has poison and he can kind of like slowly wear him down. It's like, no, he's also way
you
stronger.
just stung him in the head.
Right, and then, like, and well, no, he like threw him like super far, and like he was way stronger than the god of strength.
Yeah,
It's like stupid.
I mean, did Bolas just make him stronger?
I don't know.
I mean, he did. It's
The story's stupid.
just kind of lame.
I think Joe got stung by the scorpion god.
he's like, oh,
It's like, what's happening
Oh,
to
man.
me?
whoa. Now we're off track.
Scorpion
So,
guy.
I mean, we could either talk about more stuff we want in modern, or we could just move on to actual modern.
You were talking about Lorwyn and Evoke.
Oh yeah, you did say evoke a couple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll probably come back in Lorwyn if they vote. That's probably where we're going after Ravnica.
No way. They're gonna go to a new set, a new plane.
That's what you think.
No, I mean,
we,
I assume.
we return
All right,
twice
so
in a row.
if they go back to Lorwyn after Ravnica, then that like shows that they don't have anything planned.
Yeah,
I mean, they
it's
don't.
like
We already know they don't.
But I know,
nothing.
but like it shows that they
it
don't,
won the thing.
because like they always say like,
Where do you
oh,
wanna
we have
go?
the next 7 years
Yeah,
planned.
where do you want to go in 5 years? Lorwyn? Yeah, we'll think about it. We might already have something planned.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
But if they go to Lorwyn, it's like
it's like, oh,
weird.
right? Yeah, So things aren't planned out,
Yeah,
more than like a year in
interesting, yeah.
advance.
Vengeful Pharaoh was on Amonkhet, even though there was no pharaohs in Amonkhet,
Right.
and the Bolas horns didn't show up on everything
Right.
necessarily. Like, it didn't fit in at all. It was a zombie,
Right.
but it wasn't a token.
It wasn't
Right.
a 4/4.
Yeah, that was weird. That didn't really It's like, oh man, they're so smart. Or if you think about it, it's just
Right.
a completely random thing.
Right. It's probably just
It went
coincidence
back.
more
They
than anything
used
else.
the word pharaoh and then
Right.
went back to it.
Right.
They used the word pharaoh. They used the Bolas horns. That's about it.
Right.
Like, oh,
I mean,
Origins had Kaladesh on it. It's like, yeah, but they didn't even have ether in the sky.
Right.
It was like ether was everywhere, and that was like one of the main things.
But I mean, I'm sure that they have like a thing of like, okay, so Nicobolas is going to do something with like Egyptian, something,
Like
you know what I mean?
Bolas plus Egypt.
Right.
later.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
Bolas
On a
plus
chalkboard,
Egypt
and they're like
equals
10 years in advance, baby.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Like, I don't believe you. You know,
No, sorry.
Bolas
I've seen no
plus-
proof of this.
That's
That
right.
actually happens.
equals.
or they're just
profits.
really bad. You forgot the question mark.
So
Like of the like 1 bolus 2.
Yeah, I said Bolas plus
Yeah, I know.
question mark
Oh,
equals.
yeah, but
Equals.
So that's
It's
what
not to me.
That's what we want to see.
Sorry,
But
sorry.
what are we actually seeing in modern?
a bunch of humans playing humans.
Humans playing humans,
Let's see.
KCI, and Bridgevine, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mardo Pyromancer is the best fair deck.
Faithless Looting is just insane. People were talking about banning it.
I mean, I would say that in the last like 6 months, I haven't had any complaints about modern.
Any problems? Any good stories?
I mean, no bad stories.
No, any
for
good
sure.
stories?
I mean, nothing bad. to
Nothing
say.
bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
No, it's not good. Just not bad.
I think they're really late. So let's talk about these decks one at a time. Humans. My thing about humans is they print way too many humans, and the
To
deck
be relatable.
it's just going to keep getting the deck's just going to keep getting better and better. Like they're just going to accidentally
Like one card every set,
it's like
every block, whatever.
like one card every year even. To
Sure.
this deck is just an improvement. So your
Right.
deck is already very, very good. It's
Yeah,
tier
Jund
1.
doesn't. Jund
It's
doesn't
the best
need one
aggro-
card.
Any cheap creature.
It's the premier aggro deck, and you just happen if you just print things that work with tribal, you're just gonna happen to help humans. Like if you when they printed
Unclaimed territory.
Unclaimed Territory,
Pretty innocuous.
Right.
that card just really made humans take off.
Mhm.
It's it just happens to help tribal, and humans is tribal. It's
Yeah, there's so many. It's the biggest creature type by far, and it's the least fantastical.
Right.
It's
Or
so-
like themed. Or
Yeah,
anything.
it's just nothing.
Like,
I get
I
it.
would-
Humans have to exist, but no,
Humans just-
I mean,
not on
even
every
so,
plane.
but like, I would like if humans had like a theme. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're always like, whatever. Like, dwarves are like they mine and they do that, but like
They're
humans
they're
are just like
hardworking. Humans are just
humans are just whatever.
They're
Like
wizards
they
and they're scouts and they're druids.
right, yeah,
They're
exactly.
pirates.
And they're soldiers.
Right, they're just like whatever. There's generic.
Yeah.
But like you can have them do anything. But it'd be kind of nice if they, like elves are always in the forest and they
Or if they
always
were
care
always
about
like
nature.
humans were like civilization.
Right.
Kind of like Gavin-y type humans.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
Other humans get this because I'm always around humans.
Right.
human,
It's always
human,
just
human,
off the
human.
wall. It's complete random stuff.
Right.
So it ends up making this deck.
Yeah.
And they the deck just does everything. It has flying hasters. It has creatures that just get bigger for your other
Yes,
creatures.
humans matter.
It can turn off. It can take cards out of their hands with Kitesail Freebooter. It can name
Right.
cards that they can't cast. A Meddling Mage. It just does so much,
Right.
and it's
The best-
all in one creature type.
Mhm.
You just get to do all this in one creature type, which makes everything even better.
Right. And like if you ever need to change it, you could always switch it to whatever you need it to be. Like if it's like super aggressive decks aren't good right now, you could just make it more like defensive and slower if you needed to.
Yep. You know what human?
Or there's going to be a lot of storm. Bring back the meddling mage. Go up
Right,
to 4
yeah,
meddling
exactly.
mages and 4
Right.
freebooters.
Right.
4 Meddling Mages are pretty common right now.
But it's it's like whatever. It's like whatever
It's
you
still
need it to
meta.
be. You can
Yeah.
you can even put like Snapcaster Mage and like other spells and go less on humans if,
I mean,
you,
they
if
have
that's better.
Dire Fleet when there's more Fatal Push.
Right.
Or stuff like that, more creature decks.
Right.
Deck's good. What other decks are good?
Bridgevine.
KCI.
Bridgevine looks so annoying. I've played
It
against
doesn't seem like it's
Oh,
like,
it's completely not interactive.
right. And like
The fact is, turn 2, rest in peace, on the draw is often too slow.
right.
And that's
What is that
how
even?
is that
That's
even?
crazy.
You're playing
Right.
you're playing a 100% graveyard based deck. How is
Like,
that? How could that possibly be
I've
true?
just seen them go Neonate, pitch bridge, get a token, hang it back for 0. This or God forbid, like turn 1 looting, discard 2 things, and then play
Right.
like hanger back for 0, hanger back for 0, and you just get
Turn
4
one
zombies
looting-
on turn 1.
Right.
The game's over.
This is their like ideal play, and it can't happen. Turn 1 looting, discard Vengevine, discard Bridge.
Yep.
Play 2 0 drops. They both die. Get 2 zombies. Get a Vengevine. Hit for 4. Turn 1.
Right, which is also just the same as
It just can
4
happen.
zombies.
Right. And then next turn you
And they
attack
have
for 8.
2 zombies. It's like
Mhm.
so next turn you
Right.
And stuff like Gravecaller, like always
you can
get
put on the
Vengevine
8 on
back.
turn 2. It's like, and what if they just Raging Ravine tapped pass, and now I have more stuff to play.
I mean, once you take 8, you can't win.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't come back.
Right. Yeah. Even
Okay.
if you have the
Even if you have a board wipe
The
every
sweeper.
turn, from
Right.
turn 2 on, you will lose.
Mhm.
Because they'll just Vengevine
The
you every
classic
turn.
turn 2 board wipe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even if you have,
enchantment that
yeah,
at the beginning of each
one in a-
upkeep, board wipe.
the 1 in a white enchantment that
exactly.
hates on Bridgevine.
Yeah.
4 health creatures at every upkeep. At the beginning of
You think that'd
combat.
be a good card?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, really need to replay ley lines? God damn, ley
Problem
lines.
with Modern is it's getting so expensive. That it's just like every day there's a new card at $60.
I was reading
You
an
just
article
can't get it.
That the average cost for modern decks went up by 26%
Yeah,
in a
Sapphire
year.
Olive.
Yeah.
It was just like, that's insane.
Right. It's like
6%.
right. I mean, it's like on average. So like that's other decks going down and things like that. So
Mhm.
I mean, if there was like a stock market, that's like insane.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
to like have like
Well,
that much of a
yeah.
I mean, like some cards, like if you actually knew what you were doing, like in assuming you bought like let's say like 20 copies of a card, you could make like tens of thousands of dollars very easily.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's
Like
like
if you have perfect information.
right,
nowadays
yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever.
If you knew what was, I mean, like, but not even like perfect information.
I mean,
You just
even,
like
with the Commander stuff, you could have made a ton of money.
right,
You just buy a bunch of Argothian Enchantress because you know there's an Enchantress deck.
right,
Card's like $15 for no reason now.
right.
It
And
was
it's like, what
4,
was it? Yeah, exactly.
4-ish.
Right. I mean, you just have to buy a bunch of cards that like, if let's say like Affinity isn't good right now,
Mhm.
then you just buy a crap ton of Affinity stuff, or like
And then it's
okay, well, or,
somebody
like,
print. There's like a
and, like-
card that's not even good in the new set that's an artifact. Everyone's
Right.
like, oh my god, it's insane. And then you
Right.
sell them all.
yeah, exactly.
So
Or, like
everybody
you
loses
buy a
their
bunch
minds.
of Storm stuff, and then like, when Storm gets expensive, you sell it. Then you buy all the Infinity stuff with
Yeah.
that. You buy like 2 copies of Affinity.
Uh-huh.
And Affinity's good. Now you sell those, and you buy 4 copies of the Graveyard deck.
Yep.
You just keep cycling through those 3 decks.
And you just make. That's how you make a Magic a career.
Right.
Don't play.
Right. You
Just
just
spec
literally
on everything.
focus on the 3 decks.
Yes.
And then you just rotate.
Really
them.
look at these metas and
Right.
figure out what deck to buy.
No, you don't even have to. It's like you would just buy the next one, whatever the cheap one is.
Right.
You buy that one, you sell the one that's
You
on the
just
top,
wait.
and then you just rotate.
Mhm. You just need money up front. You need $2,000 up front
Right.
to spend on this, and
Right.
then you're going to make a bunch of money.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it would even be that hard
No,
to
it wouldn't-
continuously spec well.
right. I
But
just
it's hard to start.
like I literally don't, but there's no reason for me not to.
It's one of those.
Right. Especially like when I see a new set, like I often could, and I just don't.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people
I
do
want
that.
to more.
Right.
We wanted to get into it more.
Right.
We
We just
should.
yeah, people
Yeah.
just don't though. But like, I don't know.
I enjoy free money. We've had some specs where it worked
Right.
out.
I've had a lot of specs where it's like I could have, and I just
Thing in the
didn't.
Ice Stylus Tracker worked
I-
out for us.
right,
we were
or
thinking
like-
about Platinum Imperion.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna buy a bunch of Platinum Imperions, and someone convinced me not to.
He was very smart.
So smart. Think of how
You.
smart I am.
We're smart to buy, and I was smart to tell you not to.
It's still bad. That combo's still bad.
It doesn't matter if
It
it's
doesn't
bad.
come doesn't
I,
do anything. And
I,
Platinum
like,
Imperion never
when I
went
saw
down.
that card, I'm like, this is
It's
really bad,
terrible.
but they're gonna think that it's really good.
Yes, it didn't even go down. Platinum Imperion didn't go down.
Yeah.
and
It's
then,
still.
and then your opponent brings in engineered explosives, and they
I mean,
Don't
they
do
just kill you. It doesn't matter. It's like
no.
it's like
That and your explosives, Doomblade, anything.
right.
no.
Pull that out of the veil.
No, I was making I've had that happen. Somebody they brought in engineered explosives with their combo, and then they hit engineered explosives and they die.
We need to talk about more problems.
Oh, I remember that,
We need to talk
yeah.
about more problems that thing has.
Oops, I brought in engineered explosives. I'll just actually die.
Oops.
Yeah, I know.
on
He
board for
took
some
like
reason.
30. Wasn't it like at a big BTQ?
I hope so.
I think so.
I think so. And there's a
That's
guy that
really-
was cheating all the time. He's playing blue red, like the
Stuff.
blue moon. No, the blue. He's playing blue
He was
moon.
playing Blue Moon with that.
And then he's like, "Oh, I couldn't do this. Oh, I'm so sorry, Judge. I didn't know. We don't have to call a judge. It's fine."
You know what?
And then 2 games later, he does the same thing, and then it's like, "Oh, wait, what? Oh, I never read that card before."
I've never read my own card before. Oops. Throw it across the room. Get him out.
Do we want to touch on M19 at all?
M19's. There's like nothing to talk about M19.
I mean, it's.
I'll
I think
legit-
it's a bad rap because it's after Dominaria, but you can't use your mana even
Right.
close to as well as you could in Dominaria, where you never had like an untapped land
Hmm.
in that whole format, like every turn.
I definitely
It's-
have nothing bad to say about it.
I definitely also have nothing bad to say about it. Having drafted it like a million times.
Oh no.
It's really fun. We drafted on Arena. I hate drafting on arenas, sort of. I wish it was with other people.
I hate it.
I wish it was
a
with other
little.
people, but I don't know. All the decks I see are trash. I like never see a deck where it's like, yeah, I would understand how you drafted every one of those cards.
Like, including yours? Or just, like, all your opponents?
Honestly, not me.
No,
I'm
no.
amazing.
But I'm saying, like, I don't know if, like, it's, like, RNG where you can't go to a good deck, because I haven't drafted on it.
No, you can't stay open. You have to force yourself into a deck.
Okay.
Kind of like what's my best card? Murder? Okay, you're going to get like 3 removal spells.
Right.
You don't see 5 or 6 removal spell decks.
Right.
It's always just like creatures are more important and you need to force into a deck. And everyone else's deck is terrible.
Right.
It's almost always 95%. I've done like 30 drafts of it. How many have you done? Probably about that.
A lot.
20 something.
I haven't really kept track.
How many times are you just like, this deck sucks?
Playing against random opponents all the time.
Yeah, all the time. That being said, Arena is super fun.
I know. I have to actually.
It's like our new thing. Yeah. I gave you the code.
I know.
It could be our thing, but it's our thing. Sorry.
Pass the hand over more.
The hand stops here. It's our thing.
Yeah. The buck also stops here.
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck stops here. It's a good shirt.
You guys watch Uncle Buck while you are drafting on Arena.
We pause it whenever.
I love this part. He yells at the
Uncle Buck stops here.
boyfriend.
This is where Uncle Buck was running, but he stops here.
He's
This
so
is my
fat.
favorite part.
Because I paused it.
All right, so this concludes our Uncle Buck review. Let us know if you liked it in the comments. We might do more. Was there an
To be
Uncle
fair,
Buck 2? We can always.
I didn't even mention Uncle Buck.
We can always.
I
Go back.
didn't actually mention anything that happens in the movie.
Well, if it
I've
gets
never
popular,
seen
we
Uncle
can always
Buck.
go back to Uncle
It's a
Buck.
pretty good movie.
Is it?
I would say it's probably the best John Candy movie.
How
The best Uncle Buck movie?
It's definitely the best Uncle Buck movie.
Wow. The whole series?
Yeah.
So let us know. We might do Uncle Buck 2 if you guys want. I mean, this was kind of more of an experimental thing
Right. Yeah.
to
Exactly.
just go over it. So
Right.
let us know in the comments.
We should make Uncle Buck 2. I'll be.
It
Uncle
exists.
Buck.
Oh, we're gonna.
Yeah, I know, but I make it.
Back in time.
Like no, I mean like force it.
Like make it to the theater.
Right. Yeah.
I'm,
All right.
Okay.
I'm Uncle Buck. Is that what you're gonna say? So
We're all
right.
we're all Uncle Buck out here, so we'll Uncle Buck you next time. Uncle Buck.